Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be our very first 2021 budget update. So let's jump right in. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So if you're new to our channel, my name's Shakema. I'm a single mom. I have 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys, 1 fur dog named Gracie. We also have a fur grand dog. His name is Acro. We're living our very best Dave Ramsey life around here at our house, doing all of the things. So you guys, let's jump right in and talk about our budget for the month and are we on track? So if you're new again, you may not know, but we are on baby step number 3, but I am also working on saving up for a car. So I've got to have a new car. My car works fine, the car that I have high miles. I'm having some oil leaks and just some things that I don't want to keep having to throw money into. So I am working on a car savings fund. But we are currently working on baby step number 3, which is saving between 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. And we had a lot of goals for 2021. Now, what I normally do is I'll do the budget at the beginning of the month. So just a few things about my budget. I am a 10-month employee. I work from August until May. So I get my very first paycheck in August. I get my very last paycheck at the end of May. I do not get paid in June or July. So in June or July, I have to have money. So I have my bank, which is State Employees Credit Union in North Carolina. They pull out a specific amount of money every month. I tell them how much. They pull out a specific amount of money every month and put it into what's called a summer share account. When the summer comes, so at the end of June and the end of July, they'll take that money in that summer share account, split it in half, and they'll dump half into my bank during June and the other half will go in July. So for those 2 months, I actually pay myself and then the bank will pay me that amount. It's a little bit less than $2,000, which is about $1,000 less than I have to deal with during my regular pay cycle. The good thing about the summer share is within the 10 months, I pay my full tithe, which is a 10% of my gross income. I tithe off the gross, not the net, my choice. So I will have paid all of my tithe from August to May. So in June and July, I don't pay tithe, I give offerings. Whatever I give is considered an offering. We do tithe off of every single dime that comes in this house. So if, when dad sends child support, we tithe. If I make a side job, I tithe. If someone blesses us with a blessing, we tithe. That's just our conviction that we do in this house. And we have seen the Lord move and do miraculous things in our lives by doing that. There are things I can't even explain to anybody. And people say, well, how did that happen? It was the Lord. That's all I can tell you. I don't know anything else to tell you that's going to satisfy your curiosity about how that happened, except I am a tither and God honors that. That's my conviction, not yours. A couple other things that come up over the years, especially with new people, are my summer grocery cards, because every month I pull out $50 from my grocery budget, which is $300, and I put it back for a summer grocery card. So going back to me not getting paid in June or July, I have really little bits of money. I have enough for the mortgage. I have enough for gas. I have enough for the utilities, the light bill, the water bill. So I'm about $1,000 less each of those 2 months than I am the regular 10 months. So for my family, I've always been able to take away from my grocery budget because I can coupon and make sure the bills are paid. So last year I decided, you know what? I'm not trying to struggle anymore in the grocery department in the summertime, because I think we were doing like $25 a week to feed 3 of us. $25 a week is less than $10 a person for a whole meal. And 7 meals times 7 days times 3 meals is 21 meals. So that would be 63 meals at $25. And it was a challenge for me to stay on my eating plan and really to make sure that the kids and I had enough of what we needed. So last year, I decided that I was going to take $50, and it wasn't even in the beginning of the year. I actually started this January of 2020. I was like, Shakema, why didn't you think of this before? So I take out $50 of my grocery budget, which is usually $300 a month, and I put that in an envelope to buy a grocery gift card so that in the summer, for 8 to 10 weeks, I've saved up about $500 to $750. If I do $50, it's $500. If I save $75, it's $750 for 10 weeks. I plan for 10 weeks of groceries. And that helps me. That's not preps. That's just groceries for the week. So I'm not worried about, where's the money coming from. There have been different years where dad has not always worked, or he would lose a job or quit a job in the summer. So that would be no income coming in for the child support, which would put us in a bind. And so I just decided I wasn't going to be dependent on anybody for our meals. I was going to provide it as best I could. So I pull a little bit out of each grocery budget and I set it aside. Last year, we came up with exactly 10 grocery cards. And then a couple of my YouTube subscribers sent me a gift card here or there. I know I got Food Line and I got Aldi. This Christmas, we got a couple of gift cards. Some I use for Christmas and others I put back for the summer. So if people bless us, we put it right into the envelope. And that's what, if they say this is for your summer groceries, then that's for summer groceries and we live our best life. Because that was that's what it was intended for. So I do want to share with you guys what has come in and gone out over this first week of January. So of course, today is January the 9th. You're going to see this video on January the 10th. So the first 10 days of January, what has come in and what has gone out. And I'm just going to share that with you now. Alrighty, you guys, so here is my budget sheet, and this is for the week of December the 27th through January the 2nd. Now, I normally don't like to pay bills at the very end of a week cycle, or like if it's a holiday, because January the 1st was New Year's Day, and December 31st was New Year's Eve, and then the 2nd was a Saturday. So I'm trying to pay bills online because I pay most of my bills online. I don't want anything to get in the way of that bill being paid, or something to say, oh, it was a holiday, we had a glitch and it didn't come through, because I've had that happen once before and it was like, oh, this not going to quite work for me. So I always try to pay bills towards the beginning of that next week. So like the 4th, but I might have paid some bills this week. So let me go through and see. Now, again, I'm using the MYMT personal budget sheet, and this is an automatic download. All you have to do is click on the link in the description box of any of my videos, and it should still be there. It's not my sheet, but I found it when I was doing an online search. Okay, so I didn't pay any bills that week. So I'm going to go back to the top of my sheet, and I am going to click on the 3rd through the 9th. All right, so starting the 3rd through the 9th, I paid my mortgage at $950. Now my mortgage is $975, $940. My mortgage is $947.75. So I paid $950 and put a little bit extra to the principal, just a couple dollars. It was all I had, and I was just making that commitment. My heating and air is $107.54. My water was $59.99, and my internet was $79.99. Now, I think I got charged a $5 late fee because I waited until the 4th to pay it, but I didn't want it to get caught up in that cycle. I won't do that again, but that cost me a $5 late fee, and I don't like doing a $5 late. I don't like being late on anything. So for my household expenses, I had a total of $1,197.52. Moving down further, alrighty, so here's where I had some things come out. So Amazon Prime on Thursday, I actually paid $34.38. I got 2 dog toys. I got one for Acro and one for Ma'am. I did get Acro something, but because Shakema didn't come here for Christmas, it would be just too much for me to ship it. So I just gave that to another family that we knew that had a dog, and bless them. And then I just ordered Acro something on Amazon and sent it. But I ordered Ma'am one as well. My Health Wage Gym came out on that Monday as well as Taekwondo. So I paid Taekwondo at $300. Health Wage Gym was $25. Then I went down to, this says $44.50. Ma'am needed her heart guard. She had to have a new prescription for 6 months. So now that is, it was $39 and then a shipping fee. So we didn't have to go to the office. They just shipped it to the house. Because her vet is not close to my house and she doesn't like to get in the car a lot. She's getting better, but I prefer them just ship it to my direct address. It was $5 for the shipping, no problem. And then for homeschool curriculum. So y'all have to understand that sometimes I forget that I am taking out money for homeschool. I forgot the first week and didn't take it out. So what I did was I went back in and I just took it out of the second week twice. So $22.50 is what I usually take out per week. I took out $45 for homeschool. That is a sinking fund, but I only take that out of child support. I don't take that out of my YouTube AdSense. I don't take that out of my paycheck. I take that out of child support. So each month, $90 goes towards child support. All right, moving down. For groceries, I did $250 for regular groceries in cash. I also did $50 in monthly preps. But this $200 actually is for groceries. $50 is for summer groceries, and then $50 was for preps. All right, now for personal items, I did $75 for hair. Jackson got a haircut, but Dad paid for that. Mom got a haircut, and I paid for my haircut. So with Jackson's extra $15 that I had already taken out, we're having a church function, and I forgot to budget that into my groceries. So I just used that money to get the things we needed for our portion of the church function. Then miscellaneous house. Okay, so my computer was acting real strange. It was cutting itself off. I would type an email and it would shut off mid-sentence, just shut off. So what I did was went ahead and took it over to Computer Warriors. There was a diagnostic fee of $50 with tax was $53.38. They did not find anything wrong with it. And he said they let it run for 48 hours. And again, you know, I'm sitting here. I know it's cutting off. Now, since I brought it back home from Computer Warriors, it hasn't cut off. And it hadn't cut off before I took it. But anyway, because I need my computer for YouTube and Facebook and all the social media platforms that I use, I needed to make sure that my computer was squared away. Over here, I had travel and entertainment. Okay, so remember I told y'all I had an online subscription that I had to pay for. It was a 4-month subscription. This is my last payment, and I will not be renewing that subscription. Just sometimes you try stuff and it's okay, but this one didn't quite work. So I'm not going to pay for it again, but it was $110 for that subscription. Just something for me that I usually do for myself, but I'm not going to renew. So I will be able to recoup that $110 moving forward into the year. But I had already committed to it, so I had to pay for it. Back over here, miscellaneous kids. Okay, so the kids got, I put $100 in their accounts. I think I miscalculated. No, I didn't. I did that right. So each week I give each child $25. Right? So that will be $50 for the first week and $50 for the second. Well, every time their dad sends child support, I do $50, $25 each. Well, I forgot the first child support to pull their money out. I wasn't thinking. So I needed to give sister 50 and Jackson 50 because this week, I got 2 child support payments, and that never happens. I don't usually get 2 payments in the same week. So that's a little bit different, and I had to make up for that to make sure that I put their money in their account, which is perfectly fine. For gas, I got out $200 in cash. And then for tithe, okay. I did pay my tithe to church the first week. I know I did that because I never like to pay bills until I pay my tithe. So on Friday, which was January the 1st, I went ahead and paid the tithe, which was a $500. So now taking me back to here, $23 was from child support on Wednesday, and then I got another deposit on Thursday. That never happens where I get two deposits together. So I paid $22 in tithe, and then $23, and then $22. One deposit was $244, $224 and some change, and the other one was the normal $216 and some change. And then $42 here went into my emergency fund. So I'm trying to save 5% of my income, which is $250, which is money I will recoup back from child support because I paid ahead the Taekwondo money. So far I put $42 into my savings for the month. I thought I would have more than that, but I remembered that I had to pay that online subscription thing. So that took a little bit of a chunk out of there. Right now, if I take you back to my full budget sheet, here's how this breaks down. So my paycheck deposit was $2,940.78. So far for kids deposits, I got $440.90, which is $224.44 and $216.46. One came on the 6th and one came on the 7th. And then I got $61.35. I cashed out my Ibotta. It had $21.35 in there. And then I transferred $40 from my sinking fund into my main account to pay for the dog meds. So Ibotta, that $21 helped to pay for the computer repair or the computer diagnostic. And then I just paid the remainder out of my regular account. And then also the extra $4 or $5 or whatever it was for ma'am's, the extra $4.50. That just came out of my regular account. So I put the money into this account and then just wrote a check for it. So that gave me a total income of $3,443.03. Now, if I scroll down, in order to cover all of the things that I need to cover this month, I need to have $4,065 and $4,064 even. So I'm a little bit short for all the things that I need to cover for this month, but I still have some month left, and I still have, I've got some sinking funds up here that come out of Google AdSense that have not been added in. So I'm about $600 short of what I need. I haven't paid my cell phone bill, but I will pay that coming up here shortly. Homeowners Association, I am not sure what we're doing with this right now. I think that we have disbanded the association, but I haven't got a letter saying that. So I'm going to hold off until I know what we're doing. I have not contributed to my Roth or my State Employees Credit Union because that's going to be coming out of Google AdSense. I think, maybe, I'm not sure. The kids' life insurance hasn't come out yet. That usually is around the 15th of the month. Moving down, I've saved about half of the homeschool curriculum. All of the grocery money is out that I needed for right now. I will add additional grocery monies if I need to. My chiropractor, I had one final chiropractor payment at $82, and they did take that out. They did take it out. So I will put that in because I did see it come through my bank. And okay. All right, that was $83. All right, kid savings is already at half, at $100. That I just put that under miscellaneous house because I couldn't figure out where to put it, but I did put myself a note. That was for the computer diagnostics. Recreation and entertainment and travel. I'm trying to remember why that is $174. Okay, that was my online subscription. And then the other $74, oh, here's why. So Alana gets ready to take her piano lessons, and you usually pay it once at the beginning of the month, but she is not starting until the 11th. So $64.50 is how much we owe the piano teacher for her first piano lesson, which will be next week. And that'll be for the whole month. So I went ahead and put it in so I'll know that I have to just write her a check or pay it however she wants her payment. So that's why you see that at $174.50. That threw me for a minute. I was like, where's that other $64? But that's what it is. I know I have to pay it on Monday, so I just went ahead and wrote it in for the 11th. Back to, okay. My online subscription is not showing paid. Maybe I put that in the wrong place. Oh, I did. There we go. That should say, and then I will go ahead and delete that note. Clear that note because we need it there. Just put it in the wrong spot. Apologies, y'all. Okay. Back to my budget sheet. All right, now I'm good. Okay, so $64.50 is for the piano lesson. $110 is for the online subscription. Got my gas money out, oil change, that's going to be a sinking fund, so I haven't done that. Did my tithe at $500. Okay, see? $45, that's in the wrong spot. That should be up here with tithe. So I got to go back and look. This should say 23. And that should say 22. And that should be nothing. And that should be nothing. All right, now when I go back, I'm at $545, which I should be at tithe, and I'm not anything here as far as that ministry. So you got to make sure that you are doing that correctly on the sheet. Sometimes I get confused with my lines or my rows, so I have to go back and make sure. That's what the whole point of doing the spreadsheet is for. $42 for savings, my virtual assistant, that will come out of YouTube AdSense. And can I just say, my virtual assistant is just amazing. I say, okay, what about this? And I'm just firing all this stuff at her. And she's like, no problem, I got it, lovely, no problem. And she just produces for me. I don't want to lean too heavy on her because I don't want to stress her out in her job. But so we're at a point now where she's making my templates, and then I can go in and fill in the things how I want it to be filled in. So it just works out so good. It works out so well for me. So anywho, that is where we are right now. We're at $3,219.28 spent. I still have to pay my cell phone bill at $112. And then I think there's one or two other things up here. Oh, my $30 that I didn't pay there. So we'll be right down to the wire, like to the $0. And that is perfect. Alrighty, you guys. So there it is. We really did good this week. One of the things that I know I should be able to handle this, but I can't handle it sometimes, is getting multiple deposits or having to do several things. Like the kids, my dad and my stepmom sent them money for Christmas from Cash App. So it was like, okay, how much is for each kid? And then I need to put this much, and I got a tithe from this, and it wasn't equal amounts. So I had to figure it out. So stuff like that just kind of confuses me. So I left it in Cash App for a long time, for a couple days, until I could finally sit down and get it together. And then it was like, I still messed up and made a mistake and put too much money in Alana's account. And then I had to take it out and put it back in Mom's account, so none of my stuff would, mess up. So I really just like things to kind of flow into where they're supposed to go. And I get a little bit confused sometimes. So I write it down. So I keep the budget sheet y'all saw there where I was like, oh, why is that not, that tithe number should be different. Put it in the wrong row. So I have to go back in and fix it. I had a lot of transactions coming at me last week just because it was the beginning of the month. I get paid once a month. And so I'm trying to get everything together. The other thing that I did not share with you guys, that I will share here now is we did get our stimulus. So I was on direct deposit. That my phone dinged on January 1st, and that $1,800 was in my account. Praise God and hallelujah and glory for that. So what I did with that money was I tithed off of that. Oh, I didn't put that in here. I should have put that in. But I don't have a thing for car fund on here. So, well, I guess I can put it in now. Let me do it. Let me put it in now so that way. Oh, I do. I added in a car fund. Let me put it in now so that I will not forget. So I'm going to make that say 1861.35. 1861.35. I'm changing it now, y'all, so that nobody will think that I didn't want to put the right thing in there. Because I do. I want to account for everything. So on the 1st of 21, the stimulus was $1,800, and that came in. All right. So going back, now I'm just changing my sheet because I want to make sure that I keep account of every single thing that came in. The first was on a Friday. So I did tithe off of that money. So, okay, that's going to make my tithe $680. And then for my car replacement fund, I put into that sinking fund $1,620. That went into my car fund. So I did not spend any money. We didn't go to the grocery store. We didn't go shopping. I didn't do a big Costco haul like I did when I got the first stimulus. I did a big Costco thing. I didn't do anything except dump that money into my car fund, and we have right at about $2,600 in the car fund. My goal for the year is $6,000. So I'm prayerful that I will even be able to surpass that. Don't forget, I get a supplement in April. And then when I go back to work after summer, I get a supplement in October. So if I'm able to pull any large chunks from that, it'll go right into the car fund. Praise God. And I did get a little bump in that this year. So instead of $1,500, it's $1,800. So we'll take it $600 more a year, which you spread that out over 10 months. It's not quite $100 a month. It's about 70 maybe, somewhere in there. A little bit less than 70. $60 a month if you spread it out over the 10 months. And they tried to do that to us. They tried to take our supplement, that lump sum away, and just put it into our monthly checks. I don't think that passed. I like getting just that lump sum of money. I don't get it all the time, but you know, it works for me, and I'm good with that. So there it is. That's all the monies that came in. So if I go back now, I did put that $1,800 in. 180 of that went to tithe. It's it would be considered an offering, really. I just say tithe. I should say tithe and offering. And then 1,620 of that went into the car fund. So praise God for the car fund. I will be able to put some more money into the car fund when the Google AdSense comes in. Maybe not as much as I want, but it will be something. It's more than what I would have been able to put in before. So there it is, you guys. All the things about our budget for this month. God is so gracious to us. I feel very good about where we are right now. Would I like to just have regular spending money? And I know people say I'm at a point now where I should be able to give myself some spending money, and I should, but I've got goals and things that I need to get to, and I'm trying to get to. And so for me, until I can get those goals, I'm not really going to just give myself casual spending money. I'm not going to do that. That's okay if you do that. I'm perfectly okay with how you spend your money for you, and I'm going to be okay how I spend my money for me. Does that mean if I need something, I won't get it? Absolutely not. I've got a paint project I need to do in the laundry room, so I'm going to buy paint next week. It's just not in this week's budget. That's why I'm putting that project off until the next week. And then I have a project I'm going to do in the dining room, but it's not in this week's budget. It's going to be in the following week. So I'm okay with waiting. Sometimes instant gratification gets us in trouble, and I don't want to get into trouble before. It's how we were in debt before, and I just don't want to go back to that. I just don't want to go back to that. And I don't want my kids to go back to that. Having said that, this is what the kids will be doing. Alana will be filming a video. And Jackson will be filming a video. The kids will be doing their DIY cash envelopes for kids. And then they will also be doing the monthly budgets. So I went on to carriel.com. This is not mine. This is carriel.com. Y'all know her from the Carriel from the meal planners. Wish I had a new one, but I don't. And I'm going to move on with life because it's perfectly fine. But this was a free download on her site. And then she has this one is my budget. And this belongs to, I know this is a little childish and it seems a little kiddie, but I want Alana to start budgeting and I don't want her to be overwhelmed with the spreadsheet right now. So we're going to just start by writing stuff down. She's good at writing it down. So this has her monthly budget, her total income, and then her expenses. So again, this was right on there. And then she'll be able to see what her goals are and how much she's able to save in her accounts. So I printed out 12 of these. She'll be doing these for the year. Jackson will also get a couple because sometimes he gets a little bit of money as far as like birthday money or Christmas money, or, you know, dad might say, well, here's a few extra dollars, blah, 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 whatever. I think he sent them some like 20 extra dollars or something in the mail in their name. It didn't come to mom. And they enjoy that. And so I want them to be able to put down their money so that by the time they leave my house, they will be in such a habit of writing it down. They know where their money is going. Not so that they can be obsessive about it, but that they can know where their money is going. They can tell their money what to do, and their money's not telling them what to do. I want them to be able to buy a car. I want them to be able to afford their school if that's what they so choose. But I want to give them tools and help them to be successful that nobody did for me. So anywho, there it is, you guys. They're in the kitchen doing something and making lots of noise. So I'm going to be done here. If you like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. If you are new and you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you're old, hit subscribe just to make sure you're subscribed, because some of the subscribers got unsubscribed and we don't know how that happened. We don't want that to happen. We need you to be here for all of the things. So make sure you subscribe. Share the video if you feel like it was shareable. Y'all, I'm a single mom and I'm doing my best. Maybe I'm not where somebody else is, but I know I'm not where I was 6 years ago, and I'm thankful for that. So anywho, there it is, you guys. Like the video, subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.